Hey guys, Ronnie here to do another wall trick tutorial on the two-step wall flip. Alright, this is when you start getting into like matrix style moves here, because you're actually running up the wall and doing a sweet flip off of it. Now before you actually learn this move, I recommend that you know a decent wall run with two steps and a backflip, just a standing backflip. Also a backflip off the wall helps. Some people actually learn the two-step wall flip before they learn a one-step wall flip off the wall. So it's whatever your preference is, what you feel more comfortable learning. Just make sure you learn in a safe environment, preferably with pads and friends there to spot you or whatever else you need to feel confident and comfortable and safe learning this trick. So let's get started. I do recommend that you do watch my one-step wall flip trick though, because for this move you're basically doing the one-step wall flip, but that technique is going to be starting on the second step. So when doing the two-step wall flip, when you're getting started into this move, the best way to think about it is that the first step is what's going to be getting you up, and your second step is going to be when you start the flip and start pushing away from the wall. And so for me personally, my strong leg is my right leg. That's the leg I always do flips off of. And so I'm going to, with a two-step, that's actually going to be my second foot that I take off the wall with, since that's the one that has the most control for me in doing the flip. And so for you, you just want to figure out what's more comfortable for you. For some people, they're more comfortable starting their first step with the strong leg to make sure they get enough height. For me, it's doing it as my second step for controlling the flip. So basically, the way I do it, I'm going to run up, step with my left foot, have a good amount of speed because we're going to be going a bit higher on the wall. Without the two steps, you don't need that much speed. With this, you'll want a little bit more momentum, so by your second step, you still have momentum into the wall to help you get the grip necessary. So basically, I'm going to plant my first step with my momentum, and at this point, I'm just planting up. I'm setting up, trying to get my chest up high, everything tall, so that I can get a nice tall set from this flip. And then my second step, you have two options here. Because you're already set pretty high from your first step, you can either, if you have a lot of grip and you trust your shoes and you trust your momentum into the wall, you can actually use your second step and set your chest even higher so you can get a super high two-step wall flip. But that way you have more risk of your second foot slipping, so you want to just make sure you're super confident in that second step. Otherwise, generally what the easier method is after your first step is when you actually start leaning back, so that as you're doing the second step, you're already falling backwards into the flip, so that as you push off, boom, you're right there. And you don't have to worry about height as much because your first step already got you the height you need. And so that's why it's a little bit different than just a one step, is because you can get more height, so you have a little bit more room to work with and mess around with it, trying different variations and techniques. The important thing to remember is that with more height comes more risk of injury if your feet do slip and you don't make it around and you land on your head. So again, that's why you want to learn this trick in a safe environment, and that you also want to be cautious and focused in the moment every time you're practicing this move and practicing the steps. So check it out. As I'm doing this two-step wall flip, planting with my first step to give me some height. Second step, I'm leaning back, pushing myself up and away from the wall, and then whipping myself around for the back flip. So now as you're actually doing the flip, the rotation of this move, you got the plant on the wall. At this point, it's just using basic backflip technique. Because of your height, you can probably lay out the trick. If you tuck super fast and hard, you may over-rotate the trick because you're higher than your typical one-step wall flip. And so as you're practicing the motion, you'll just have to get a feeling of where you're at, what your technique is for the backflip. And if you already know a backflip and you already know how to spot your landing doing a normal wall flip and doing backflips, say off ledges and things like that, then you should be pretty comfortable in the air at this point. But just to go over just the basics, that as you plant that second step and you're setting back, remember to throw your arms with it, and then at that point to just whip your body, whip your feet around. You can either do that through the tuck or through a layout whip where you're just kicking your legs around, or you can do a kick out, whatever technique you feel most comfortable with and feel most comfortable practicing in the beginning. Alright, so there's your basic technique for the two-step wall flip. this is a really fun, just flashy, cool looking move to do, and it feels awesome to do. Just having that much height and control, jumping off a wall while doing a flip is totally movie style epic. So good luck in your training and learning this trick. Let me know if you have any other questions about this trick or if there's something you're having trouble with, and I'll do my best to reply to your comments. But otherwise, I got more tutorials coming. I'm also doing fun little quick clip tutorials now where I'll do just a short version of the tutorial to release as sort of a trailer type thing before the actual main tutorial comes out, and that way people can get quick little tips on helping them learn the trick and then get a full tutorial if they want it. It depends if you want to watch a full-length tutorial or just need a couple tips to help you in your learning process. But otherwise, thanks for watching.